General training reading test tips and strategies.
Cambridge IELTS 16 Test 3 passage to running a meeting. Question type fill in the blank with no more than 2 words.
Running a meeting. So Marian, please read the title and read the subtitle also.
Okay. Running a meeting. If you are running a meeting for the first time, here are few tips to help you.
Okay, so this is about running a meeting or holding a meeting. This is a flow chart. What is it? It's a flow chart. 110% you will find a sequence, because if you have ever seen a flow chart, that's the process of something. If I will ask Marian how to make biryani, she will show me a flow chart, that how to start and how to end. Flow chart usually tells us the process of something, right? So is this task in a sequence? Yes, it is. Now it is time for us to find out tips for running a meeting. Bilal, read the question 23, but first read the question from the very top, complete the flow chart.
Sure, ma'am. Tip for running a meeting. Arrange seats according to the type of meeting and participants.
Please, excuse me, when I say read the question, it means that you must read it.
Okay. Choose no more than 2 words from the text on page 66 for each answer. Write your answer in boxes 23 to 27 on your answer sheet.
Yeah.
Tips for running a meeting. Arrange seats according to the type of meeting and participants. In small meeting, ask people for some blank as they introduce themselves.
That's all. Just leave it in here. Arrange seats according to the type of meeting and participants. This is a clue. We can land on some information that will provide us some clue. In small meetings, now we are supposed to look for what to do in small meetings. Ask people for some blank as they introduce themselves. Ask people for some what? This is what we are supposed to look for. We cannot use more than 2 words, not allowed. Mary, please find me the answer.
Okay.
Small meeting.
During the meeting, think about the sitting and arrange in the appropriate way. A circle can work well in formal meeting, but something in furniture cannot be rearranged. Okay, sorry. In the meeting, if the meeting is small, start with requesting everyone to introduce themselves to give a bit of relevant information in addition to their name. People ask for something. Ask for something.
Ask for some blank.
Something. Information.
Ask people for some information as they introduce themselves. That is Bilal. Answer.
Okay.
Tell me, is that correct or incorrect?
Ask people
relevant
information.
That is absolutely correct, right? You can also write just information. Relevant, you can write it as you can write relevant too with it, but main word is information. Both words will be correct. That is right. So we will type the word in here. What is the word that we're going to type in here? We can go for both words because we are allowed. So we can go with relevant information. But if you don't know what is relevant, you can just go with the word information also. Still, your answer will be correct. Relevant information. Okay, 24, Mehreen.
Make sure the dash is available to everyone. Okay. This may be not they do why they are there. For all meetings, you need to introduce the chairperson, yourself, and any other outside speaker you are invited. Next, make sure everyone can see the agenda or has a copy of it.
Make sure the blank is available to everyone.
Yeah, make sure. Yeah. Agenda.
Bilal, what do you say?
Ma'am, agenda.
Seems relevant. Yeah, that's right. So what are we going to type in here?
Agenda.
Okay. How do you spell it? A. Spelling matters. Yep. A.
NDA.
Okay. Now next one, Mehreen. 25th also.
Involve people in the discussion and solve any dash quickly if they arise.
Hmm.
Okay. Briefly run through the atoms, then take one point at the time and make sure the group doesn't stay from that point until it has been dealt with. Encourage participation at all times of the attendees can contribute, but don't let everyone talk at the same time. Try to keep discussion positive, but don't ignore conflicts.
Involve people in the discussion and solve any blank quickly if they arise. Conflict. Do you know what is conflict? Conflict means any fight,
Yeah.
any disagreement.
Yes, disagreement.
So will you write conflict or will you write conflicts?
Conflicts. Any conflicts. Any, but conflict is plural.
Yes, this is what you're
But
gonna write.
Any means one.
No, any doesn't mean one. Do you like any cuisines or any shopping malls when we are talking, asking
Okay,
one out of
any
many?
conflict.
So, but you don't really have to figure that out. You need to understand what's written in the passage. Bilal,
Okay.
do you know what is the word conflict or not, or is it new to you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It's new?
No, ma'am.
Okay, all right. 26th. Mehri.
Okay. Avoid dash by involving a range of people in task. Avoid by involving. Okay. Okay. Summaries point regularly and make clear action points. Write these down and don't forget to note who's doing what and by when. Encourage everyone to feel able to volunteer for tasks or roles. I think so. Avoid dash by involving a range of people in tasks. Avoid. Avoid.
Avoid.
Okay. Avoid volunteer tasks.
First, understand that there's no blank in here, so note action points and who is responsible for them. If you can read any word related to responsibility, skip it.
Okay.
Move to the next line.
Okay. It can help if the more experienced
Write these
member
down and don't forget to note who's doing what and by when. This is action points and who is responsible for them, isn't it? This is the meaning of it. Who's doing what and by when.
Okay. Volunteer.
Avoid blank. Avoid what?
Volunteer.
Volunteer is a person who works willingly for something. No.
Avoid. Lead of tension.
Yeah. Yes.
Lead to tension.
But don't let the same people take on all the work, as this can lead to tension within the group. Avoid blank by involving a range of people in the task. If you will read the same line again, it can help if the more experienced members of the group offer to share skills and knowledge, but do not let the same people take on all the work, and this can lead to tension within the group. Bilal, what do you think is the answer?
Is experienced member. Avoid experienced member by involving a range of people in tasks.
These 2 words. What should I write there?
If can help if the more experienced member of group offer the share skill and knowledge, but don't let the same people. So
wait.
I'm thinking.
How can you avoid tension? Avoid tension. Avoid tension by involving a range of people in the task. Is tension the correct word to be used in here? Bilal?
No, ma'am.
Then what should be the correct word? Avoid blank by involving.
Experienced member.
Avoid experienced members. Why? They are saying that include them. They're not saying that exclude them. Include them. Avoid blank by involving a range of people in the task. Involving the people. Take them in. Why would you avoid more experienced members? It's not written in here. They are saying that more experienced members of the group offer to share skills and knowledge. Let them. Include them. But Don't let the same people take on all the work, as this can lead to tension within the group. So how to avoid tension? How to avoid
Ma'am,
tension? Yeah.
avoid same people.
Avoid same people by involving a range of people in the task. No, that doesn't make sense.
Avoid, but don't let the same people take on all the work, as this can lead to
Lead to
tension
what?
between the
When
two.
something leads to something, how we can avoid it?
Ma'am, avoid group, ma'am. Avoid group.
But they are saying let them be a part of it.
By involving a range of
Involve
people
them in
task.
range of works. Don't give them the same work. This is what they're saying. Don't give them the same work. Involve them in the range of work. But what to avoid? If you will involve people in range of work, what can you avoid? You can avoid tension. If you will involve them, if you will give them the same work, you might have tension. Avoid blank by making people participate in different tasks. This line says, don't let same people take all the work. Involve them in different range of work, different work. Don't give them same task. This can lead to tension within the group. If you give them same task, you will have tension. If you will give them variety of tasks, you will not have tension. Please understand this.
Yes.
Look, the statement is the opposite. They have said, don't let the same people take all the work. As the statement says, involve people into variety of tasks, not the same task. Because if you will give the same task or do all the work to them and you will not give them a range, it can lead to tension. So how to avoid tension? By involving them in a range of tasks. Do you get that?
Yes, ma'am.
Mary, do you understand it?
Yes, avoid same people by involving a range of people in tasks.
Same people. Don't let the same people, involving a range of people. Range of means variety of people. Paragraph says same people. If you will involve same people for all the work, you will have tension. But the statement is opposite, that if you involve variety of people, it will reduce tension. It's the opposite of the statement. Read it once again, you will understand.
But don't let the same people take on all the work, as it can lead to tension within the group.
If you just don't focus on the part, this part avoid, just focus on this part. By involving a range of people, range means different people, variety of people, right? This is our statement. We need to match the answer accordingly. But the statement in here says, but don't let the same people take on all the work. This is the opposite of variety, as this can lead to tension within the group. If you will let the same people do the work, this will lead to tension. Leading to tension, what is the opposite of it? Avoid. Lead to something, avoid something. Lead to an accident, avoid accidents. You don't understand? Bilal.
Ma'am, I understand.
Why, what do you understand? Because this is just the opposite. Because they have written the opposite statement to this. They have given us that if same people will do the task, you will have tension. Statement says no tension if you have a variety of people. That's the simplest way I can put it. Marine, you don't understand, beautiful?
I understand.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay, this is the last line in here. Moving further, 27, Marine, read it.
Thank people for coming and possibly have some kind of dash afterwards.
Some kind of blank afterwards. Possibly have some kind of, it could be a reward, it could be any souvenir.
Yes. First paragraph.
Last, not first. It is in a sequence.
I can't see last paragraph. Yes. In the end, remember to thank everyone for turning up and contributing. It can be too nice to follow the meeting with a social activity like sharing a meal. and
Last
going
two
to a cafe.
lines.
Yes. Uh, Same kind of activities.
At the end, remember to thank everyone. Thank the people for coming. Okay, that part is done. And possibly have some kind of blank afterwards. After thanking, what you can have everyone for turning up and contributing. That's the same thing. Coming. Thanks for coming. It can be nice to follow the meeting with. To follow the meeting means that after the meeting, with a social activity like sharing a meal or going to the cafe. Nahri, what will you put in here? Thank people for coming and possibly have some kind of blank afterwards.
Turning up.
What to have after that? Some kind of blank after that? Some kind of what after that?
Social activity.
Yes, that is right. Bilal, is that correct?
Yes.
Bilal, do you agree or do you disagree?
I agree, ma'am.
So we will have in here social
Activity.
activity. So you notice today that this was entirely in a sequence, all of it.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you notice that?
Yes, ma'am.
This is the end of the task then, and we are going to perform the last part of the test, hopefully tomorrow. Before we continue, Mehreen, would you like to ask any questions? Because these two question types are very common for general training and even for academic reading. Complete the summary or complete the flowchart. There is a sequence in the questions. By far, true, false, not given, complete the summary, and also complete the flowchart. They were in a sequence. Another strategy that we took for match the paragraph with the statement, we just looked for the keywords like caves, lakes, and then we started to find out which one matches exactly the statement, right?
This that one is not in sequence.
That is not in sequence. Matching something is never in a sequence. Anyways, we'll figure out the next passage tomorrow, and that will be the last part of the test. And then we'll move towards essay writing and task 1.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Please follow up with the same tasks. It's not difficult. You just need to read attentively. This is a tip. If you cannot find an answer to a question and you think you're lost, leave it. Move to the next question. Do not waste your time on one question. Because, Mehreen, you need to get only 18, 17, 15, or 16 answers correct, 15 to 18 answers correct to get a 4. Even if you will get a 4, that will be an achievement for you, let alone 6 bands. And Bilal, you need to get 22 answers correct out of 40 to get your 6 bands. Thank you so much. I will speak to you guys hopefully tomorrow.